What's going on, last call? This is X. We do a little quick playoff check-in, kind of take a look at the league and see where everybody is going into week 15. Break down the playoff races for you guys and see where everybody is. Like I said, we're going into week 15. Let's go over here. Let's just take a look real quick at the unbeaten Cincinnati Bengals. And I just want you guys to just look at this offensive line for a second. I mean, that is a murderer's row. Look at these guys. I mean, when you build an offensive line like that, that's when you get Super Bowl champs and undefeated teams. But let's move on. Here we go. Let's look at this week's schedule. Well, first, let's take a look at the standings. And going to the standings, we look at the league overall. We see the aforementioned Bengals at 13-0. They are on an incredible win streak. Could be up to about maybe 20 games now, going back to last season, and they are on a roll. We got the Redskins this week, looking to make it 14-0. Already locked up a playoff spot. The division isn't quite wrapped up yet. If he can get that win over, if I can get that win over the Redskins this week, that'll pretty much wrap it up. Chambliss has 3 losses with the Browns right here. And that 14th win will lock up the division and a first place bye in the AFC. And leading the NFC right now with the best record in the NFC is the team the Bengals beat in the last Super Bowl, and the New York Football Giants, coached by Dale Nolia the Beast. And Dale and X go way back to the Raiders days, had a long-standing rivalry, and 2 of the Madden gods running around here. And as you can see, they are still very much represented. Although some would say both players are washed up, it looks like they are in their primes and alive and well. And then we got the Cleveland Browns in the unenviable position of trailing the Bengals, or being in the AFC North with the Bengals. Otherwise, you know, they're tied here with the Chiefs for second best record, but you know, that is not going to get them a first round bye, and more than likely they will be playing in the first round of playoffs. They haven't clinched yet. We'll see who they got in a minute, but it's looking good for the Browns. Looks like Chambliss is very much on the way to another playoff appearance. You know, he's a very decorated former champ, and you know, he's doing his thing. He just can't get past the Bengals in the AFC North. Second best record in the NFC belongs to Emory Pittman, Super Bowl I Madden 18 winner. Rolling here at 3-0 on a 3-game win streak, and in first place of the AFC South, where he is tied currently with Big Rob and the New Orleans Saints. You got a Saints fan out of New Orleans. He lives and dies with the Saints. I know he won the division last year while M was tanking, so but this year M isn't tanking. So if Big Rob is going to win that division, he's going to have to step his game up and see if he can pull one out if he wants to get that first round bye. Speaking of first round byes, the perennial Super Bowl contender, Mr. Mateo Baxter, is once again in real good position to get another first round bye. He lost to the Bengals in the championship game last year. It looks for a minute, and we'll go into the divisions in a second. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and do that right now. And let's look at the divisions over here in the AFC. Like I said, you got the Browns and the Bengals. Look like both teams on their way to the playoffs. The Steelers came in at a very rough patch. You know, they came in, got a win on the Cowboys. They were trying to make the playoffs. But in their last two contests, they went up against these two Super Bowl teams and came away with losses. And so their playoff hopes are pretty much extinct at this point. And so Mr. Brian Cole may just be playing for a draft position at this point. Speaking of draft position, Ron Baylor has came back, the last champion of Madden 17. Has been, you know, he's a high school, you know, pretty accomplished high school basketball player there in Baltimore. And he had to sort of neglect his hometown Ravens while he concentrated on basketball. He even gave up the team for a while, but now he has returned. He has taken over the Ravens, and he is back. But it looks like he's going to tank. You know, he's on a 9-game winning streak. He had a game with Chambliss last week, which he did not play for. He hasn't been responding to any posts or anything. So I think he's in tank mode, and he's just going to try to ride it out and see what he can do next season. Now, here is the tightest and toughest division in Last Call. Ladies and gentlemen, we have here a dogfight from top to bottom, where we have Mr. Wicked Rob, not Wicked Rob, Rod the God and the Indianapolis Colts at 9-4, tied with the Texas tough man himself, Gary Ruckman, aka Gruck, the Texas Ranger. And those guys are tied at 9-4, both 2 games ahead of the Titans and the Jaguars with 3 games to go. And so they've got a little separation over the bottom 2 teams in that division, but nothing solved. Everything is pretty much still wide open. I think all the teams play each other down the stretch, so anything can happen in that division. But right now we got Rod the God, who I saw on the page today say that he was trying to secure a bye for the first round. So he's looking for somebody to knock off Mateo over there in the West. Don't count on that. And, you know, possibly try to go undefeated the rest of the way and get in there. But again, I think he's got to go head to head with these guys in this division. So if I was him, I wouldn't be worried about no bye. I'd be just trying to get a playoff spot wrapped up and get in the playoffs. Gruck, you know, he's the old Texas raw dog, and, you know, he's going to have to be dealt with. The Titans were on top of the division for a while, but as you can see, have lost 2 in a row, and they are scuffling. And last year's division champion, Mr. L.J. Peters, is now in the basement of the division, though he's trying to make a move, got a win last week, and he's going to need to buck up down the stretch if he's going to get back to the playoffs. Let's go over here. Now, these 2 divisions are pretty, well, you know, on the surface at least, it looks like the AFC East is still a 2-man race between last year's champion Chef Marcus and the Dolphins, and another old head coming back to take over team. The Jets were former Super Bowl champions under Mr. Chris Rivera, who then left the league, and now they have been taken over by Kerry Smith. And Kerry has put together somehow a combination of sim wins and force wins. Got himself in playoff position, and he's got Mateo this week. So, like I said before, if he's going to get in the playoffs, he's going to have to earn it down the stretch. But he is in position, and, you know, Chef and Mateo both, who's over here in the West, you know, again, Mateo looks like he's got that. I'm pretty sure he's going to win that division. And, you know, both guys kind of have that luxury of kind of kicking back and picking and choosing when they're going to play, when they're going to show up. It's kind of a routine thing for Chef. He's got a, you know, he's a hard-working man. got a busy work schedule, and so he kind of picks and chooses when he's going to play, but he plays enough to, you know, get his wins. I saw the other week he had him and Mateo head up, and, you know, he came in right before the advance, you know, like he was trying to play, and Mateo got the force win on him. So, you know, unless Kerry can make a move, it won't come back to bite him. But, you know, you play in an easy division, that's the kind of shit you can get away with. Over here, we got Mateo Baxter, and he was getting a little challenge out of Kyle Flatt in the Chargers, but Kyle has lost 2 in a row, and you know, looks like he's gonna fade down the stretch. And Mateo, we'll look at the schedules in a minute, but I think he got a easy road the rest of the way, and looks like he's gonna be able to handle his business and get that first round bye again. Old Grumpy got two in a row. I'm not sure exactly how he got the wins, but you know, look, you know, too little, too late. And Grumpy, once again, bro, if you want to laugh, help tighten up your game, holler at me, man, because I'm tired of seeing you down there in the basement. I think you got too much potential and too good a dude, man, to just be taking them L's like that all the time. Okay, let's go over to the NFC, where we got a tight race over here in the NFC North, where we got Lions and Tigers and Bears and Vikings all fighting it out over here with Kendrick Parker and the 8-5 Chicago Bears in first place. And then by virtue of a very convincing payback win over the arch rival Minnesota Vikings, Kizzy and the Detroit Lions have put themselves in position to make a run at the division and possibly get into the playoffs by avenging a thumping at the hands of Markel. Markel put it on him so bad a few weeks back that Kizzy quit by his own admission. And this time, Kizzy reversed the tables and had Markel like 30-0. I was watching the game, and you know, and something happened, and I think Kizzy got lagged out, disconnected, and he got ended up getting the force win. But it was an impressive game shown by Kizzy. I thought Markel probably had his number, but you know, no, Kizzy, you know, Kizzy came back. Now Kizzy and Ron are brothers, and they are 2 very good Madden players. And you know, Kizzy came in there and represented this time and showed Markel what's happening. And you know, as you can see, Markel's on a 3-game winning streak, so he's gonna have to you know, he's gonna have to do something if he's gonna make it back to the playoffs. I think he's made it all the other years, and he's been pretty strong over there in the NFC, but doesn't look too good right now, Markel, you know. But that may lead the race down to Kendrick and Kizzy. So we'll see what happens down the stretch here. Then we go to the NFC South, the Dirty South, where we have M and the Panthers and Big Rob and the New Orleans Saints fighting it out. You know, it's going to winner of that more likely is going to get a first round bye. And the loser's probably gonna, you know, have to play in the first round. So, you know, there's a lot at stake in that division, and we'll see who's gonna get it out. You know, M won the first Super Bowl, Tank last season, but I called him out on it, and looks like he started playing lately, and you know, so he's gonna see if he can make another run. I've been telling him to bring his ass to the Super Bowl, because I really would like to wrap up this perfect season and go back to back by thumping his ass. But you know, he's gonna have his work cut out for him. I know Dale told me that he beat M earlier in the season. Now I don't know if M was in tank mode then or what, but you know, he's gonna have to get by Dale, and he's gonna have to get by Big Rob in the division if he's gonna get out. Now my man right here with the Falcons was making a little noise, but you know, 2 losses in a row, and so he's hurting right here. You know, so it doesn't look good for him right now. Go over here to the NFC East, and the aforementioned The Beast, Del Yanoya, is setting the pace in the NFC at 11-2. And we'll see in a minute who he's got this week. The Eagles and Wicked Rob are still in good position to make the playoffs, but he has come off back-to-back throttlings at the hands of the Lords of the North. He had me at Chambers in back-to-back week, and he took it on the chin both times. And I think that kind of took some steam out of his sails. We'll see if he can regroup and make it on into the playoffs, but, you know, we'll see. Now, hanging on by a thread, his playoff hopes all but gone, is one of the Rodgers vets and a legend, Mr. Eric Otero, or as we know him as Sacrificial Madden, aka Sack. And he's put together 2 wins in a row, and his playoff hopes are all but dead. But I would warn everybody not to count Sack out. Sack is a Jedi, make no mistake about it. And at nine, I've seen him. He made the Super Bowl at GBL at 9-7, and he's made. I think he's made a Super Bowl here, and he's always in making deep runs in the playoffs. So looks like he's a game behind Kizzy. I don't see him catching either M or Big Rob. But he's basically a game behind Kizzy, so he's not out of it with 3 games to go. So let's not throw dirt on Sack quite yet, although I've been fucking with it. Because I know him, he got pride. You know what I mean? I know he is not giving up on making these playoffs. He got the team to make a run. So we'll see if he can pull something off, but he's going to need somebody to deal with Kizzy over here in the north, and see if he can sneak in here. Now in the west, we got the boss himself, the Law Dog, has put together 3 wins in a row, including a big win last week over his division rival, the diehard 49ers. And now this guy right here, man, I remember playing him season 1. And I thought dude was a good player. Now, I wasn't sure if he was tanking that season or what, because when I played him, he jumped out on me, and I pretty much thought he had me beat, and I came back and beat him. And and he was losing close games every week, close games. So I was like, man, is this guy trying to lose these games or what? And so I got respect for this guy's game. And I think he's a good Madden player. And it looked like he was gonna make this move and win the division, and Law was scuffling. As you can see, he's won 3 in a row. So that tells you right there, he was 4-6 at one point. Now he's put this 3 wins together, got a big win over his competition in the division. And Law's salty dog too now. And I know Law got pride. I think he missed the playoffs a couple times, even in this division. And I know he see he see me over here talking shit and everybody else, making the playoffs. And that's one thing about Law, since I've been in Last Call, he has been a playoff contender. So, it looks like he's working on this game for Madden 18, and he's trying to make a move and break that playoff drought he's been on. And looks like he's put himself in a position to do it, and we will see what goes down the rest of the way. So let's take a look at this week's schedule. I don't know who's playing tonight. We'll see if anybody has started any games. Usually things take off kind of slow, so we'll see. So let's go down the list here. We have Willie Steeman Beeman and the Patriots hosting Law and the Cardinals. Looks like because I've been on Law, but Willie You know, Willie started off like he was gonna give you guys some trouble, but he's kind of falling off lately. So looks like Law's gonna get him another win and make a step closer towards these playoffs. Looks like Jason Barham and the Titans are gonna get a force win over the Ravens. So that's gonna help his playoff situation. We got Big Rob hosting Kyle Flat. Kyle needs a win, and it's gonna be tough to go in New Orleans and get that one. Ooh, interesting. Oh, this should be interesting right here. We got M going into Detroit with Kizzy in a must-win situation, and he's going to host his old fellow founder of GBL. These two guys go all the way back. They founded GBL together. Kizzy been in and out. You know, he come in and, you know, he talk a little shit, try to get some shit started, stir up the pot. And then, you know, he lose interest. But right now, you know, he's making his videos. I know he's talking like he's going to make a Super Bowl run over there in GBL. And he ran up on Sack in the playoffs. Sack ran over him and eliminated him in the championship game before Sack went on to lose to M. So I know he said he wanted M. You know what I mean? So he's got M. So I'm very interested to see what happens there, because if Kizzy can win that game, he'll send a statement to the rest of the NFC that he's here, he's going to have to be dealt with. The Cleveland Browns and Pittsburgh Steelers. That should be interesting. I told Chambliss, do not come into week 17 needing that win to get into the playoffs. And a loss right there is going to put you back in the tie with them guys in the South. So, you know, we'll see if Cole, you know, I don't know if Cole going to shut it down or what. But if Cole plays, I don't know. I don't know, Chambliss. You're going to have to... We'll see what you can do with that one. Mateo and Carey. That's going to be Mateo win, I'm pretty sure. If Carey even plays. Wicked Rob, you know, got a winnable game on the Bucks, so we'll see if he can get it. We got diehard 49ers with the Bills. Looking for the 49ers to get that one and stay even with Law in the NFC West. And then you got me and Keith. I know Keith's working, man. He got to go in early, so we won't be playing tonight. Looks like nobody's playing tonight, and so we'll get that in tomorrow. Again, I'm not overlooking Keith. Keith played me tough in our scrimmage game, so I don't know if honestly, I don't know if I'll be able to beat him like Chambliss did. But as long as I get the win, I'm good and get out of there. You know, he got to come to the jungle. Hopefully, it'll be snowing or something. We can slow my Keith down and get that win and just move on and focus on the AFC. Seahawks or CPU team against my man Sean. Sean been scuffling, man. I don't know what's wrong with Sean, man, with the Rams. But you know, so he's pretty much out of it. Sack and the Bears. Another good matchup. And again, I don't know. Again, Sack. At one point, he was talking like he was throwing in the towel. It's not gonna be easy getting that win on Kendrick. So maybe he's throwing the towel and play for some draft position. I don't know. We'll see. But like I said, I don't count Sack out either. I know Sack. He think he can get in there, and especially if Kizzy loses to M, that puts Sack firmly back in the playoff race. So we'll see. Got Booth, and I'm not sure who that guy is, the new guy with the Broncos, but they're both pretty much out of the playoff race. LJ got a winnable game against the Packers. Packers guy, I say this, he seems to be active. He's not winning a lot of games, but he is playing his game. And so, but you know, I don't think he'll be able to beat LJ. LJ get that win, that'll help him out in the division. Another good matchup here in the NFC. We got the number one ranked team in NFC versus Markel. Markel very much needing that win. So I know Dale is on a mission. He said he want revenge, and he want to get him a title. He was telling me he won a Super Bowl over there in GR4. So you know, obviously Dale ain't as washed up as I've been telling everybody, and I think he's out to prove something this season. So good luck, Markel. Then we got the Colts and the Texans showdown in the AFC South. Oh my goodness. This one right here just may well decide the division. And I think Rod the God, no. Well, I'll look in a minute. I want to say Rod the God got him last time. So if you can get a sweep on Gruck, that'll be big. But like I said, now, you know, Gruck one of them Texas boys, you know what I mean, and get that sweep on him, you did a little something. And here is I'm going to go ahead and pick an upset special right here. If they play, I think that Grumpy is going to take his winning streak to 3-0 and upset and upset Chef. I'm going to call them right there. All right, so that's, you know, that's pretty much it. I want to see something on the South, these boys in the South. Who won last time between the Texans? The Colts won in a close game, so he's going for a sweep on Gruck. And he's coming off three games in a row. Beat the Titans, he beat Gruck, lost to LJ, lost to Chambliss, lost to Markel, and he lost to Justin. And down the stretch he's got Gruck, me, and LJ. Good luck trying to get that bye. Good luck trying to get that bye. And honestly, bro, you really need to win that game against Gruck, because otherwise, I don't think you making the playoff. That was a close game last time. Well, looks like that was actually a sim game, so I'm not sure why they didn't play. But that loss right there just may have hurt you, man. And again, too, let's see what LJ been up to, man. He's been slipping. Let's see, now he's got a win on Mateo. I remember seeing that game. That was an impressive win. I thought, I thought he was ready to go when he got that, but then he lost to Gruck. Lost to Tucker when Tucker had the Steelers. Looks like he lost to Justin in the sim game. Took that L with the Bengals. Lost to Chambliss and Gruck again. Looks like that's 2 sim wins. I don't know what's up with LJ. Maybe he ain't really with it this season. I don't know. But he's got a chance to make it. He got the Packers, Markel, and then it'll come down to that last week, but I don't know. And let's see who Gruck got. Gruck got the Colts, the Titans, and the Steelers. So he's got 3 tough games. And I think the Titans put it on Gruck last time, so that'll be big. See if he can bounce back and get revenge on Justin. And then again, we'll see what Cole is doing for that last week. So that's big. That's a big game this week between Rod the God and Gruck right there. And let's look at some of these NFC boys right quick. Dale got Markel, diehard 49ers, and Ron. So he's in real good shape. See, I think he's gonna wrap up that #1 seed. Let's see what M got left. Okay, he's got Kizzy. I think he'll beat the Packers, and he's got Big Rob. Let's see what happened last time with Big Rob. beat Big Rob 20-6. So, Big Rob, you want to win the division, you're going to have to beat M. No question about that. M's losses have been to, he played against Dale and lost. Lost the sim game to Markel, because neither one showed up and bothered to play. Lost another sim game to Kendrick. So, you know, again, M kind of wishy-washy. I think the only reason he really played in last call, especially after he won that first Super Bowl, is just to maintain relationship with the guys, because a lot of guys play in both leagues, and he wanted to play in his league, so he want to half-ass be active over here. But you know, talking that shit, you know, you're gonna have to handle your business down the stretch, cause all that shit there ain't gonna cut. That's why I say, you know, M one of them guys that he'll tell you himself, he really don't like to play outside his own league. You know what I mean? Where he can stack the deck and do all the shit he do. So, you know, that's M though. Let's see, Big Rob, Chargers, Lions, Panthers. Tough road to hoe. Definitely needs to get that win. Then he's got Kizzy and M last 2 games. Good luck with that. And let's see what Sack got left. The Cowboys, Kendrick, Chambliss, and Wicked Rob. It will not be easy. And we're going to find out if you're a Jedi or not, because Sack, if you can get into the playoffs. Oh, wait a minute. So Keith didn't even show up. I'm not sure what happened there, because I know they was trying to schedule, but apparently Sack got a forced win. So so those 2 wins, one have both been forced wins. But he's gonna have to play these down the stretch, because all these guys are active. So if he's gonna make a run to playoffs, he's gonna have to earn that. He got 2 freevers there to help keep him alive. But we'll see what happens this week against Kendrick. And then he's got Chambliss and Wicked Rob. Let's see what happened last time he played Wicked Rob. I think Wicked Rob put it on him. No. Sack put it on Wicked Rob. Okay. So I don't know, man. Sack can get that one. I don't know. So like I said earlier, I wouldn't count him out. But that's basically it. You know, that's a quick walk through the league. See what these guys got going here down the stretch in last call. Time for me to take my ass to bed, get up, get ready for work tomorrow. And look at this. That's beautiful, ain't it, guys? Look at that. Look at this. You got 97 strength. Yeah, see, that's why I like to run that power on you guys. But anyway, I digress. Alright, guys, till next time. Peace out. This is X signing off.